This is the BBC.
Hello, I'm Phil Ellis, and this is the Comedy of the Week podcast. Now, you may have been expecting your usual host, Cariad Lloyd, but I've been swanning around spreading some really vicious rumours about her throughout Broadcasting House. So now she's currently attending a tribunal. So that was a perfect window of opportunity for me to sneak in under the radar, because they very rarely let me do anything at the BBC that can be heard by more than 12 people. This bonus episode of Comedy of the Week is my BBC Radio 4 podcast, Funny from the Fringe, proper podcast. We've gone up to the Edinburgh Fringe, the biggest arts festival in the world, and we've recorded amazing interviews. Really, you should have come along for the full ride. It's really been quite the hoot. Very successful features. Well, one feature that didn't quite work, but we've tried it several times now. And generally giving ... Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to fill that in with the producer told me just to ad-lib at this point. And generally giving good vibes. If you like what you hear, please like and subscribe to the series. Search for Funny from the Fringe on your favourite podcast app. We're up here for the whole month, so be sure to download. It's worth listening to it, just to hear my health decline so rapidly. We're on day 4, and I sound like Pat Butcher in a tumble dry. In this episode, I spoke to previous Edinburgh Best Newcomer nominees, Jade and Phil Wang, and played a very slick game of Chain of Fools with Ian Smith and Cariad before she started doing those hideous and disgraceful things. Enjoy! It's Saturday the 5th of August, and that can only mean one thing. I've run out of clean underwear. It's been very stressful. And it's also day 2 of the Funny from the Fringe podcast.
Summer's here, apparently.
30 days of comedy and beer. 30 days of night, that's it.
Huh? Hello, I'm Phil Ellis, and this is BBC Radio 4's Funny from the Fringe, the podcast I was asked to host off the back of a successful 2014, a very successful 2014, I might add, as my star was in its ascension. And I continued to host it as my star collapses into itself, as my career has. Funny that, isn't it? Radio 4 have once again asked me to host this podcast where we bring you a taste of the Edinburgh Fringe straight into your ears. That makes absolutely no sense. I'm going to carry on. It's on the script. Stick to the script, Phil. We'll be bringing you interviews and features from the biggest arts festival in the world with the hottest comedic talents. Coming up, we debut our incredibly tense and successful feature, Chain of Fools. I think that's going to become a regular, with comedians Ian Smith and Cariad Lloyd. But first, I caught up with Jade and Phil Wang. Jade was nominated for Best Newcomer last year for her show, Jade 31, won the Funny Women Award in 2014, and is selling out her show daily at this year's Fringe. Why does she need this publicity then? Unbelievable. Phil Wang won the Chortle Student Comedian of the Year award back in 2010 and has appeared on Have I Got News For You, Live at the Apollo and Unspun with Matt Ford. Here's my chat with them both. And I'm joined by the wonderful Phil Wang and Jade Adams. Hello.
Hello, Phil.
Hello, Phil.
So we'll start with you, Phil. We're going to talk about a few of your claims to fame.
Okay.
All right. The last year, they've seen Phil Wang appear on Live at the Apollo. Have I Got News For You?
Yeah.
Would I Lie to You?
Yeah.
Jack D's Inauguration Help Desk.
Oh, boy, yeah.
8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown.
You know it.
Drunk History.
Oh, did I? Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I hardly remember it.
Yeah, well, and as well as writing starring his own sketch show series for Radio 4 with his Foss's Newcomer Award nominated sketch trio Daphne.
Yeah.
How do you feel about all that, mate? What do you think?
Tired now, actually. I hadn't really heard it all said back to me like that.
If you don't fancy doing them all, you know, I could always...
Yeah, okay.
If you want.
Which one?
Right.
Which
well,
one?
I reckon that'd be great on... Can you imagine me on drunk history, like getting hammered and denying the Holocaust or something awful? No,
I think you'd make...
That's going to be...
Oh, does that have to be cut?
and then, like, Phil, do you want to start drinking? Or...
Yeah.
Is that just Coca-Cola in that can?
Yeah. What do you want me to do? Excellent. So what is your show this year, Phil? And where is it on? What time is it on? And what's the show called and what's it about?
My stand-up show is called Kinabalu. It's on 7 p.m. At the Pleasance Courtyard, and it's about my family, internationalism, and the British Empire.
What's the name of it again?
Kinabalu.
What's that mean?
It's the name of the my hometown and home mountain.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, I appreciate that, Jade, but I'm the interviewer, so if you just know your place, that would be really appreciated.
Oh, no, sorry.
Are you after my job?
This is why you're...
This is why the Daily Mail call me Britain's funniest woman comic.
Really?
Have they actually?
No. Yeah, they did.
Have they?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? That must
Well,
be
it's
a real,
grammatically
Phil,
incorrect.
I'm the interviewer, for goodness sake.
but that must be a real sort of conflict of emotions for you.
Well, it's fine. I'm all right with it.
just
I mean,
annoying.
PR's PR, mate. So,
That is true.
and also, I want people who read the Daily Mail to come and watch me. I'm not exclusive.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Oh, my.
Bum
I love a
disease.
bit of Brexit, mate.
Bum
Right,
disease, bum
right, and
disease.
we'll do that again. I'll ask the question. All right, well, it's done now.
Would you
Let's
like to
just
ask my
crack.
question? I thought it was quite a good question.
No, whatever, fine. It's all right for you, crackers. Because you're not on enough stuff, mate. Yeah, you crack on. Take this one thing. I've got a podcast. You can't even let me have a podcast, mate. Unbelievable. Right, Jade, let's go on about how successful you are, and then we can all go home.
Where's this mountain?
I don't even have a... Wait,
No.
It's in Borneo.
Oh, sorry.
Jade.
It's the
Phil-
tallest mountain in Southeast Asia.
Oh, is
It's,
it?
yeah, North Borneo.
And that's where you're from?
Yeah, originally, yeah.
That's cool.
Thank you.
I'm just
Oh.
going
much.
That's the toilet.
I mean, I'm from nowhere interesting. So
Not asked. Might be a question, Jade. Wait. Everybody, calm down. Everyone, just know their place. You're a guest. You're a guest. You're my guests. We're not doing two at a time ever again. This is not working.
So the mountain.
Jade. You're the Edinburgh Festival lastminute.com nominee for Best Newcomer 2016, Chortle Best Newcomer nominee 2017, Funny Women Award winner 2014, London Cabaret Audience Award 2014, the Top 100 Most Influential People in the Arts 2013. Yeah, enough? Have you had enough yet? Or do you want to just keep taking every award? What do you want to do? There's a script, by the way, if you want to carry on doing the interview. What an amazing... obviously, last year nominated.
That went all right, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Didn't feel like it. It was
Why?
the most it was horrible. It was the most stressful, lonely month of my life. I mean, from the outside, because I got nominated, it just seems like I had a brilliant month and how great and I was smashing it. But that was because of lovely audiences and the impartial Edinburgh judging panel, which I think they must be, because comedy circuit wise, there was a lot of I didn't feel that I was making any sort of dent whatsoever. But then
Right.
the judges came and I was like, oh, I must be.
I think, yeah, there's a lot of pressure on in those. I mean, when I actually won one of the Edinburgh Awards.
Did you win it?
The panel prize counts before you say it, Phil.
It's the equivalent of most improved. It's like, it's not really an award. It's like, this
It was a technicality.
Isn't
we
that
couldn't
the
win the
award
main
this
that-
show
award.
was too strange.
Wasn't it in 2016 the people who won the panel prize, the ones who read out of a book?
Yeah, and do you know what? One year, everyone won it. All right. Right, is that what we're going to do now? Yeah.
Everyone
And
won
last
it.
the year after me, admin won
They
it.
read the phone book. They read the phone book. You won the award that someone read the phone book for.
Not the phone book.
Iraq.
They read a rack.
the Iraqi phone book. Baghdadi numbers.
Is this going to be cut out? Great.
Right.
What if I mentioned
Unbelievable.
about Phil
It was
denying
in
the
two-
Holocaust?
Right, enough. I've got a great joke for this, right, and it's
Go
not
on.
going to fly now. It was in 2011 when Jade discovered, whilst ironing, that she could sing opera. The only thing I discovered whilst ironing in 2011 was a skid mark. Yeah. And it was on a shirt.
Phil, why are you ironing dirty clothes?
Exactly. That was going to be the follow-up. I hadn't even washed it. Anyway, right, let's get to the questions. What's your show this year, Jade?
It's about me being jaded by popularity. I've spent my whole life trying to be popular or get people to like me, changing myself to fit in with people in hilarious ways. It's sort of set to the backdrop of films like Forrest Gump, Edward Scissorhands, and musicals like Phantom of the Opera, because all of them depict a very creative individual that is pushed away and ignored by their local community, which is something I've experienced many, many times. And at the end, we talk about a best friend that I've got. I met her later on in life, and she sort of encouraged me to start wearing sort of brightly coloured clothes and not hide myself. And the irony is, we just fell out. So
Well, I was gonna... Okay, so right, let's crack on. Phil's looked
But
at his watch
it's-
and made it quite clear that he was looking at his watch.
I'd have to make no. I've got a show I've got to get to. Eventually,
Oh, really?
eventually I've
You're
got plenty of time. I've got plenty of time. But eventually, I do have to get to another
Unbelievable.
show.
I'm sorry to put you out with this publicity, Phil. I'm really sorry, mate, to try and help. Who are your comedy heroes?
It's a guy called Harith Iskandar, who was the first sort of Malaysian stand-up. His first stand-up I ever saw live.
Yeah, so we were chatting about this the other day, actually, weren't we? And of course, I was saying about obviously Rick Mail and everyone being my heroes and influences, and you saying obviously that wasn't how you got into comedy.
I only got to the UK when I was in 2006, so I have the cultural age of a 10-year-old, basically. Yeah, all that kind of passed me by, I'm afraid. And I can't get into the punk scene. I don't understand the whole punk movement at all.
Yeah.
It just seems to
You're
be...
punk. You know
I'm
that,
not.
right?
Oh,
You
how?
are. You're punk because of that. Punk isn't about the clothes or anything or looking like other people because they're punk. Punk is an attitude, and it's about being different from large groups of people.
But how can a movement exist on the basis of differentiation? Because by being associated with one another, you are part of a single movement.
You're not part of anything, though, Phil. I mean, you're part of the comedy scene.
Okay. I'm not part of this interview, I'll tell you that. Not part of my interview.
But you're punk. Okay. I was told I was punk.
Phil, when you were outside before and you pushed that poor old lady over for no reason, that's punk. That's what. When I saw you do that, I thought, Phil is.
I just think that's efficiency.
Yeah. Right. Should do a disclaimer that Phil did not. No, he did actually. No, he did. It was awful. So let's go into the random questions. Okay, Phil, if you could break one law and get away with it, what would it be? What would it be?
Blackmail. I don't understand why blackmail is illegal. I genuinely don't understand it. I think blackmail should be legal.
Why?
What does it matter? What business is it of the government if I have a photo of you doing something bad? And well, let's say I do have a photo of you to paying me to push over an old lady. I should be, but that's between you and me whether or not I get money out of that.
Yeah.
I don't see what the courts have to do with it. So blackmail, because I think it should be a human right to blackmail.
Interesting. Jade?
Punching people.
Really?
Yeah, I think we should be able to punch more people.
Do you think maybe an allowance or just?
I think there should just be someone who's
5
like
punches a day.
Yeah, I think 12 a day, and I think there should just be someone who's like really cool and like even and like in the middle of everything, who's like, you know, the person who gives out the punches, and then is like, and you go up to them and you say, I used to work at a cafe, and this woman came up to me and she said, why are you filling the sink full of water? And I said, because I need to wash up. And she said, excuse me, I'm Australian. I have an aversion to things that are bad for the environment. This is the woman with the kid. And I said, did you swim over here then, love? And I didn't. I got one of my worst reviews I've ever had. 1 star on TripAdvisor.
So 12, you think you should have 12 punches a day?
12 would be good.
What does being Australian have to do with environmentalism?
I don't know. She just wanted me to know that she
wasn't British. They have a lot of hose pipe bans, don't they? I actually probably know the answer. I actually probably know the answer to this.
Okay, go
on.
She's
flown in a plane a very long way.
Water shortage, unbelievable.
Worse things for the environment, which is what my reaction to her was.
Waste of time. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming. Good luck with your show. Sorry I haven't got time to tell us about where they're on and that again. Please do seek out the wonderful Phil Wang and Jade Adams throughout the festival. And it's time for us to leave. Unless you've got any more questions, guys, you want to...
Phil, so this mountain...
Why have I done that? Right, well, it's the end. I've had enough. Phil Wang, one more time, please. Tell us what the name of your show is.
One more time. The name of the show is Kinabalu. I'm Phil Wang, and the show is on at 7 p.m. at the Pleasance Courtyard, except for the 14th.
That's it. And Jade?
I have a show called Jaded. It's on at the Pleasance Courtyard in Beneath at 9:30 p.m. and I haven't got a day off because I made that decision in January when I also signed up to Gymbox, who now contact me every day to pay the money I promised I would.
Excellent. So please do go and check out both of those shows. And thank you very much for being on the podcast, guys.
Thanks, Phil.
Thanks, Phil. You're a really great interviewer.
Yeah, well, don't patronise me. Phil is also a member of the award-winning sketch group Daphne. The second series of Daphne's Radio 4 show, Daphne Sounds Expensive, has just gone out on Radio 4, but you can catch up with it on iPlayer right now. It's very, very funny.
Edinburgh Top Tip.
Hello, I'm Will Seaward, and my top tip for the Fringe is to give your show a title that starts with loads of A's. Then you'll be one of the first in the brochure, and that's exactly how people choose which shows to see.
Edinburgh Top Tip.
Now it's time for our brand new exciting feature where comedians are pitted against one another in order to find out something. To be honest, I really quite understand the feature, but we cracked on with it anyway, and it's going to be here. Join me, comedian, actress and improviser Cariad Lloyd, and comedian and actor Ian Smith for Chain of Fools. Why don't I get anything after me? I've done things. Anyway, here's Chain of Fools. Well, we're here on some AstroTurf in the BBC, what's it called, compound? Was that a bit too official? Compound.
Makes it sound like you can't leave.
Yeah, that's what we've been.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't have to, honestly, because there's no point going to my venues. What a waste
Area,
of time.
BBC area.
Area. Okay, thank you. Oh, who's that? It's Cariad Lloyd and it's Ian Smith.
Hello.
Hello, guys. Thank
Hello.
you for joining us. We're going to play a game. We've got a game we've got coming up, Chain of Fools. But before that, let's get to know a little bit more about you. Am I good at this? I don't know.
I'd like to point out there isn't a wasp attacking you.
Is there not?
But you're still acting like there is a wasp
Do you know
attacking
what it
you.
is? I think I've drank so much over the years that I have like little spots in my eyes that sometimes I think are flies. But it's just the back. My retinas have just been.
Just keep living, kids. Keep on
That's
living.
it.
I have
Yeah, well
them,
done.
and I was told by an optician that they're fine. But if you ever feel it getting dark towards the top of your eye, that's your retina peeling off. And I was scared for months after that.
What a bizarre and horrific thing
Yeah.
to end the session
Yeah. I
Or
know.
your hat slipping.
Yeah.
So, Cariad, so what are you doing up here at the Fringe this year? What have you got going on?
I'm only up for a little bit, but I'm doing Ostentatious, and I'm also guest. So, Ostentatious, the improvised Jane Austen novel, improvised Jane Austen show at the Udderbelly, and I'm also guesting in Whose Line Is It Anyway, which I did last night,
wonderful.
and I'm also doing a show called the Glenda J Collective, which is Pippa and Ruth from Showstopper, me from Ostentatious, and Josie Lawrence from Whose Lines Anyway, and that's just for women improvising stupid, like it has no structure or anything, just mucking around.
Wonderful. What is that? That's just a one-off, isn't it? Is that
It's 3
tonight?
nights, so
Oh, 3
tonight's
nights.
the last night, yeah, at 11 o'clock at the Pleasance Dome. See
Excellent.
that in there, yeah, that's a lot of fun. So loads of improv this year.
And Ian, doing a show, aren't you, mate?
Yeah, I
Doing a
mean, I'm
proper
doing
show.
comparatively little.
You've actually written something. You've written it. That counts more, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
When you
we should-
said it's just for women improvising, I thought you said it's just for women. It's just for women. It's improvising.
If you're a man, you're not allowed in.
Yeah.
No, it's we welcome all identifying genders.
Oh, that's good. I can't say the same for my show. I'm doing an hour at 5:15 in the Underbelly Med Quad. The brochure blurb says it's about uniqueness, but it's largely a show about a holiday to Norway that I went on.
You should have called it Holiday to Norway.
Yeah, I guess the
Bit of a
thing is,
rewrite.
I didn't know it was going to be about that
Yeah.
in March. And I thought it was going to be a philosophical look at uniqueness, like an almost Kitson-esque intellectual stand-up hour, and it isn't. But
Play the game.
Matt, the producer's pretty excited about his game,
Yes,
guys.
yeah. I've been told to do this properly. So come on, guys. Let's crack on with Jade. So it's time for our wonderful game show section, Chain of Fools. Woo! Now the rules are simple, guys. Contestant 1. We'll say, Ian, do you want to be contestant 1?
Oh, yeah, I'd
Or
love
Cariad, do
to
you
be,
like
thank you.
Oh, right, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
of course, the patriarchy strikes again.
So that means you're contestant 2. I feel a bit bad now.
Yeah, you
Should
feel
we-
bad now. Now I'm behind Ian. Of course I am.
Yeah, but I'm
And
not
I'll
even-
get paid less than for the rest of my life. So let's let's not make a thing about it. Let's just try and do what we can every day to change it.
100 quid for this is good, isn't it? For a podcast.
You getting paid?
Oh, Phil, they're treating you like a woman. That makes me feel better.
Yay! Finally.
Equality.
The rules are simple. Contestant 1, aka Ian, you name a comedian, and then contestant 2, aka Cariad, you have to name a comedian whose first name begins with the last letter of the first comedian's surname.
Yep, got it.
So, if it makes sense. So Michael McIntyre, okay. The next one would be someone like Elliot Steele, begins with an E. Both men, again.
Yeah,
Cariad,
well,
interesting,
there you
isn't it?
go. That's classic BBC.
We'll keep a record of the length of the chain and today's winner, and their chain length will go on the leaderboard. Contestants, do you understand?
Yes.
Can I ask, how many seconds do we get to think about this?
Oh, that's a good point. Maybe I should. The contestant has 5 seconds to name a comedian.
Oh, okay.
Point that I'd failed to mention the first time I recorded it. And if they fail to do so, the other contestant wins. Contestants, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Yay. Okay, Ian, so on the count of 3, no need for it, just start when you're ready, really.
I'll go with my friend Johnny Pelham.
Johnny Pelham, I'm living with him.
Oh, Michael Legg.
Elliot Steele.
Oh, he used one of the examples. Is that allowed? Yeah, it was a male comedian, you're fine.
Lou Sanders.
Sarah Pascoe.
You took Elliot Steele, which was very unfair. Emma Kennedy.
I mean, that was 5 seconds.
No,
Do you know what, though?
Emma Kennedy.
For some reason...
Emma Kennedy.
You can't just say that wasn't the passage of time.
I'm just going to keep saying it. I'm very tired. And he took Elliot Steele, so he had one. It was already given. How did your hollow victory feel?
I feel a bit. It does feel a bit sad to have won using an example that was already used.
Yeah.
So what? So you went in.
Ian
and
won.
sadly,
Ian goes on the leaderboard.
it's a shame this didn't happen before the festival. It could have been on your poster. Couldn't
Hang on
it?
a second. How does this work as a leaderboard? Because I could have gone on for ages. Who knows?
Yeah, actually, you're let down by the loser of your chain.
Sorry.
Should be a loser board of how quickly the chain got brought. And there's not a lot of thought has gone into this.
No, I might add, guys, this is going to be a daily feature, is it?
I don't think so.
No. I mean,
After this storming success, you don't think it's ready?
I will get better at this. That means you're the winner. You're on the leaderboard. One winner, one loser. Well, thanks, guys, for joining us. And,
Thank
you.
What a roller coaster ride it's been of emotion. Ian, would you like to tell us one more time what your show's called, where it is, what time it's on?
My show's called Ian Smith Snowflake. It's on at 5:15 p.m. at the Underbelly Med Quad.
Carrie, would you like to tell us one more time what shows
you
you
can
do?
see Ostentatious at 1:30 at the Underbelly, and the Glenda J Collective is on at 11 o'clock just for tonight's last night. Or you can listen to my podcast, Griefcast, which is where I interview comedians about death.
Yay! So, thank you very much, Ian Smith and Cariad Lloyd.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So there you have it, another great podcast completed. Well done, everyone. God bless us all. We're going to be up here for the rest of the Edinburgh Festival, so like and subscribe on your favourite podcast app. And leave us a review. Actually, unless it's a bad one, then don't. Also, there's a photo of me on there, so if you like what you see, get in touch. Tomorrow, we'll have comedian Andy Daly on the show. You'll know him from the US Office, Silicon Valley, Modern Family, and hit podcast Comedy Bang Bang. Probably a bit too big time for us, really, but we just lied in the email when we invited him on the show. And Bob is your uncle. Actually, genuinely had an uncle called Bob. Not a nice man. So follow us on Twitter @FunnyFringe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!